going to be a huge challenge. I didn't have the money to buy cameras. Holy f***, we're late. Holy damn, look at that accent. Whoa, whoa.
Everything is going wrong. Yeah, I think I lost all the vlog footage.
I'm starting to feel a little stressed right now. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys on a crazy raw behind the scenes, and not only behind the scenes, but the day in the life of me, the cinematographer. I'm gonna drop some crazy knowledge in this video. I want this video to be super raw so you guys see kind of what it's like to go do a travel shoot. We're gonna go fly out to do a commercial in another city. It's gonna be super cool. We're gonna get tons of cool footage, and it's gonna just be nuts. So I wanna take you guys on that adventure. This shoot is gonna be a huge challenge because we're going to a whole nother city that we've never been to before. We're gonna go to locations we've never been to before, and we only have 3 days. So we're gonna have to check out the locations right when we get there. We have to go pick up equipment. We have to do all these things in a short amount of time and in a place that we've never been and don't really know the crew and all these kind of things. I'm just stoked to do it because I think it's gonna be a really cool commercial. The director's vision is super awesome, and I'm always up for a challenge. So yeah, I think it's gonna be super great. All right, so kind of the plan for this morning is we're gonna do this production meeting, and what a production meeting is essentially just a follow-up meeting for HODs, the creatives, to get on the same page, to basically understand how production is gonna go. We'll probably run through the concept, run through the locations, run through the logistical things of the locations, because we're going to a factory, a live factory, we're going to a live farm, and almost on every project, we'll do a production meeting. We're also shooting on Panavision. Panavision! It's gonna be sick. And I think this is this is kind of a tangent from the commercial and everything like that, but here's some really good advice. When I was starting out as a cinematographer or a DOP or whatever the fuck you want to call me, I didn't have the money to buy cameras and things like that. You know, I'm going to save the sob story of, you know, coming from a poor family, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have money to buy an Alexa 35. So I had to be a little bit more resourceful of how do I get the opportunity to shoot on bigger cameras like this without having the money to be able to do it. I learned really quickly that relationships in this industry is the most important thing. A bottle of wine and a box of chocolates goes very far. If you build a good relationship with these rental houses, they'll be happy to help you. And then you as a cinematographer detach yourself from having to buy gear all the time. I only buy equipment if I'm gonna make money from it. Like, this is nothing to brag about, but like I have an entire 10 by 10 locker of camera gear. The reason why I have that is because I rent it multiple times a month. It's my passive way of making money. I think that's super important, is having multiple revenue streams. And a DOP that I really look up to gave me that advice: build multiple streams of revenue. That's my outlook on it. So build relationships with rental houses, and that way you can shoot on beautiful glass, beautiful cameras without having to worry about buying things. Don't get me wrong, I get excited about that stuff too, but at some point all the cameras kind of look the same, and you just have a really great colors, and you just, as long as you have a strong idea of how to utilize those cameras with using ISOs properly, using color temperature to set the mood or the tone, you know, lenses and all this kind of stuff, you're gonna soar. So I don't know, this is a piece of advice that I would give to my younger self as a DOP. You guys can take that with a grain of salt. I'm not Roger Deakins. So, all right, 3 minutes from the production meeting. Let's hop in. I got you an orange kiss, buddy.
Orange kiss.
There you go.
Let's go.
We have made it to the vault, the lockup, where we keep all our gear. We're just loading up a couple things into a truck that's gonna head up to the shoot, which is 10 hours away. We're flying, so we're saving some money by setting up a truck. But this is where we keep all our gear. It's a little bit of a mess right now because we just wrapped up the show. And there's Peter.
The vault, baby. The vault.
All right, we are less than 12 hours away from when I gotta fly out, and I gotta do a bunch of work. I gotta prep the commercial. I gotta get a mood board sent off tonight for a client for a project that's starting the day after I wrap this one, which is gonna be absolutely nuts. But I love the grind. I love no days off. It's absolutely incredible. That's how we do it, baby. No days off. But yeah, 12 hours until we fly away to Calgary to do our commercial. And I'm just gonna pop on my laptop. I'm making some salmon with some truffle oil right now and maybe hitting a workout tonight, depending. And then going to bed and then heading off. Boom, bada boom. Bob's your uncle or something like that. All right, mood board time. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm literally using a box as a tripod right now. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna pull up some references. I'm gonna build a mood board basically for this other project right now. And I'm just gonna hop on Shot Deck, find some cool shots. It's like a mafia film. I use Shot Deck for like references to a lot of movies, and it allows me to build kind of the style of a film too. Like it's references of like, oh, this could look cool like doing this or that, you know? Oh, I gotta check into my flight actually. All right, ooh, so salmon is done. Let's go. Oh, baby. Yep, that's a meal for champions. Check this out. Got some salmon and some salad with some Asian sauces. So good. Put some truffle oil. Oh, baby, that's good. I'm gonna crush this meal and do some work, and I'll see you guys back later on into this video. I don't know, maybe I'm packing something or something like that. Yo, what's up, dude? Sorry I missed your call. Yeah. Dude, fire! Oh my, dude, it's gonna be a sick piece, bro. All right, it's almost midnight right now. I just finished up my mood board and some other work for another project right now. I just packed up. You're probably gonna see me heading to the airport in the next clip. But I'm gonna pass out in a little bit here, and I'll see you guys in the morning when I'm on my way to the airport or wherever I'm going. I'll see you guys there. We are on the way to the airport. It is 5 in the morning. I'm gonna see Adrian at the airport. Got my energy drink, so I'm not gonna take a nap. Gonna do some work at the airport, and boom, bada boom. All right, we've made it to the airport. We got Peter fam.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
What you got there, Big T?
Brekkie bowl, dude. This looks like 1.5 eggs.
All right, guys, we've made it to the airport. We're on our way to Calgary. We got Adrian behind the camera. We got Peter guzzling down eggs, and I got myself a little poke bowl. We're gonna hop on this plane. Peter's gonna pass out because he looks tired as fuck, and it's gonna be a great day. Also, gotta go to Panavision. We gotta go pick up gear. We gotta go pick up lights. We gotta go pick up the camera stuff. We gotta go check out locations, and then don't know what's after that.
We go to the Airbnb and get wasted.
Yeah. Okay, we're about to board the plane. Got Adrian back there. Boom.
Hey, yo.
Got Peter in the front talking to his girlfriend on the phone. We're just about to board this flight. It's gonna be great. All right, guys, we've made it to Calgary. We're here. We've made it. We got Adrian. What did you think of the flight?
Fuck, I slept through it.
Whatever. So we made it to Calgary, and it's crazy. We're gonna go prep the cameras. We're gonna go pick up the lights, and we slept 3 hours. Yeah. How do you feel, Peter?
Dude, I'm tired. Keep that in.
All right, we're all tired, but this is the name of the game. We're gonna go get an energy drink in 20 seconds. I'm starting to feel a little stressed right now. Me and Adrian were talking about the schedule, and I think we're gonna pull a solid 15-hour day tomorrow. We got 3 locations, and we have to company move from each location, and we have to do that 3 times tomorrow. And then we have to drive 3 hours to our next location for day 2. So that's gonna be pretty nuts. And our call time is 4 a.m. So we gotta be up at 2:30 a.m. Yeah, that's like less than 24 hours away. That's like, it's 10 a.m. right now. So I don't know how many hours that is. That's a couple hours. Yeah. It's basically in 2 hours. Do the math on that one.
Hey, that stuff.
How are you feeling?
Yo, we got Mr. Chris in the building.
Holy f***, we're late. Okay, so we landed pretty late. And immediately once we get off the plane, tons of stress. Lighting rental house, gear wasn't ready. We had people there to pick up. Gear wasn't ready. Not
their fault necessarily, just some miscommunication. A lot of moving parts, right? And then Panavision is kind of freaking out because we only have a couple hours to prep, and prep takes a while because we have to go through everything meticulously so that we don't run into any problems tomorrow. And we have 3 cameras, so just giving Adrian that time, the time to do it. So here we go. This is grind time. We're going to shoot in literally a couple hours, less than 12 hours. We're going to go to picture. So we're shooting on the Pana speeds, super fast Panavision lenses. I can't remember what the original glass is from. When I went to Panavision last time, they gave me like all their lenses to test out, and it was a lot of information to remember, but they're super fast. They have this special coating over it, so the color is very beautiful, contrast levels, very contrasty lens, which is kind of the look we're going for on this one. And also there's tons of aberration. I know all you guys on the comments are gonna be like, why the would you want aberration on your lenses? Well, guess what? We love aberration. It looks sick as hell. And Panavision custom puts coatings and thingies in the lenses and all their little magic to get like the perfect aberration that you would want on a lens. Because who the fuck wants clean lenses?
We got the Alexa 35.
It's a fucking perfect camera. We got an adapter for the FX3 to Panavision mount. And no, you can't buy this. You can't go on Amazon and just buy this. We asked Panavision for it because the FX3 is used so much from Panavision. So we got an E to Panavision mount, and we're gonna show you that with some cool B-roll and some cool music and slow motion and Adrian looking all sexy and stuff. Bright as hell. All right, so me and Peter, we left Panavision for a hot minute. We're gonna go pick up a camera coffin and lunch because we're super hungry. Dude, look at the crack on this windshield. Damn. Yeah, so prep is going good. What would you say is the importance of doing the camera prep at a rental house, Peter?
1, all the gear is in proper working condition, and 2, all the gear will actually work together. That's the biggest thing. Holy
damn!
Shit,
look at that accent!
Shit.
Whoa!
Holy
Whoa!
fucking camera prep! Look at that!
Dude, that's crazy. The truck hit the guy. Yo.
Wow.
What the fuck? Guy f***ed up. So you make sure that all the gear works. Make sure that you have all the gear. Tech surveys too, right? We're gonna go check out locations today with the director. Things will always arise. Problems will always arise. That's kind of one of the biggest things of this job. And the funnest parts of it, to be honest, is like problem solving. Like we're constantly problem solving. You know, don't get upset if a problem happens. Just figure it out. That's our job, is to figure it out.
The best that you can do is take care of the problems that you already know about so that you can deal with the ones that you don't know are going to happen.
Bam, wise words from a young man. All right, you might ask, what even is a camera coffin?
A camera coffin is any container that you can put a fully built camera in. The consensus is you build the camera during prep and you don't want to take it apart just to put it in the truck. So you get a really big bin with a lot of foam or furniture blankets.
Like one of these?
Yep, you shove the camera in, it's fully built, you don't have to take anything off.
And it's safe, and it's super easy. Lazy man's method, but it's also just faster. Oh, dude, that sound. Oh, baby. Taste test. Oh, fuck. I spilled it all over me. All right, a little taste test. That's good. Although I spilt 1/3 of it on my lap. Okay, right now we're on the tech survey, and a really important thing is we're kind of hashing out where we're going to shoot the shots tomorrow so that we can have a plan for tomorrow, knowing where we're going to shoot so we know how to move efficiently tomorrow. So this is a really important part of the whole tech survey process. We're able to see all the problems, like we just discovered that we're not able to turn off some of the hot lights in the ceiling. So that's problematic. I got to think about tonight, okay, how are we going to overcome that? So a lot of cool things we're discovering on this. Okay, so we're tech surveying right now. Super important thing is we have a shot where we're establishing this location tomorrow morning. And so I want the thing to be maybe side lit or backlit of the exterior. So I'm just checking with my sun app where the sun's gonna be. So 4 a.m. when we start. So maybe I'll do it around when we're leaving at 8 a.m. So the sun's just peaking. Maybe we get a flare if I'm doing something a little bit more 3/4-y. Great little app if you're, shooting exterior scenes or anything like that where you need to know where the sun is so you can position your actors and your blocking. Little hack for the tech surveys. All right, so we came to NPR in Calgary, got all the gear, loaded in the truck. I didn't really film it because it was just a lot of work. But we're gonna get a little Polaroid. It's gonna be great.
All right, no smiling.
All right, guys, so it's 8:30 p.m. We have to be up in 4 hours. No, 5.5 hours we have to be awake. We're going to our Airbnb, which we realized was really close to everybody else here. We're going to a 5-star Michelin restaurant right now, McDonald's.
All right, it is the morning. We just woke up. I just had a shower. These guys snoring and screaming in their sleep kept me awake with my 2 hours of sleep. We are ready to crush it, though. Let's get this day started at 3:05. Let's start the morning. A little energy drink. So I wasn't able to film a lot of the behind the scenes just because we didn't have a BTS person, and I struggle with actually vlogging and doing my job at the same time. It's pretty difficult when you're on a job. I'm going to bring you guys this voiceover where we're going to talk about what happened. So we started inside this grocery store in the beginning of the day. It was a challenge because we weren't able to turn off the lights overhead, and we were stuck with kind of whatever ambient was inside the store. So you can see in some of the BTS here, we built like a 12 by 12 solid, and that just killed all the ambience above. And then I brought negative fill in and a soft key light. I almost booklighted everything for key light wise, just so that the key was super soft, but then I could have like a decently contrasty fill side, but to a degree where it felt natural still. And I'll try to get some footage for you guys once the commercial is done, or do like a lighting breakdown. But this grocery store was super challenging because we had so many camera rigs. It was actually insane. You can see in this shot, the camera was rigged to the shopping cart with a probe lens, because the probe lens has this angle and it's like looking up through like a package of meat up at the customer, which turned out pretty cool. And that shot was challenging because it was moving around so much. We couldn't really light it, so we just played with the natural kind of light. We just found a part of the store that had the least amount of pot lights and just rocked around with a negative fill floppy, and worked out pretty nicely. And then Peter, our gaffer / key grip, because it was a very nimble commercial, built us so many rigs. He put the FX3 on the shopping cart as well, so that we were able to get the wheel shot. We also got it on this overslung Dana dolly where we're pulling out of this meat container, and that was a challenge in itself. If you go to a grocery store, usually the meat or steak fridge part, it can only be like open 4 feet or whatever. The probe lens, we used the probe lens to get this perspective shot grazing along the meat and pulling back, and that gave us an extra 2 feet or foot or however long the probe lens was. So the shot turned out super cool, and we put that on the FX3 just so it's a lot lighter and you can kind of see a little bit of what the shot looked like. After that, we headed to this house location, and the interior was super cool. For this one, it was like just like sunset, warm vibe, having dinner, eating cool steak. I played around with the Godox 1000R, and that just gave us that beautiful tungsten glow, and then just had some daylight pushing in as well, just to kind of mix and match the color temperatures a little bit, just to give that like daylight sunsetty vibe. And then we just added some haze just to give that textural feeling, and the shots turned out amazing. And it was kind of a theme in this commercial to do perspective shots, and what I mean by perspective shots is basically like rigging the camera to the steak, because it was a meat commercial, so we wanted to really emphasize that. Alright guys, day 2. We're alive. We had a great sleep. We drove 2 hours to Brooks. You might be asking where that is. I don't even know. But we're here.
Calgary and Medicine Hat.
Yeah, there's dinosaurs here. Anyways, yeah, we got the Ghost Energy drink.
Yeah, okay, fire. All right, guys, so we are on the way to a little spot on this ranch. We're gonna get some shots of some horses and some cowboys going through a river or something, not too sure. And then we're gonna head up to the fields up there, and we're gonna get some sunset shots, which is gonna be, I think, the money of today.
So we made it to the farm after shooting the warehouse scene, and
once we got there, we found out we had a very limited time. We were planning to shoot 2 days at the farm because it was our main sequence in the ad. We had tons of different documentary style cinematic sequences with the farmer and his family, but then we found out that they're not available the next day. So we had to hustle. We had like a couple hours and we had all these blue hour and sunset shots that we needed to get. So what I did was I got the FX6 on the Panaspeed 135mm lens to shoot B cam at the same time as shooting A cam on the Alexa 35, just so that we would have long lens, tighter frames, more compressed, more options to cut around with, because you know, it was very active, like the horses were going, and it was really hard to communicate with the wind, and started a lightning storm, believe it or not, started to happen, and it was just chaos. And so the two cameras really helped getting so many different dynamic angles, and we had the drone going at the same time. And we just got amazing shots. You can even see me running around with the horses, and that was just to create different textural shots. And I even got tons of slow shutter shots as well on the FX6. And what slow shutter is when you get that wispy motion blur, tons and tons of motion blur. And we just used that to have different transitions and different textures in the project, because there are so many motions in it, and we just wanted to play around with that. To give that textural feeling to it all.
All right, guys, we are on day 3 right now. We're shooting some cows pissing. It's like a waterfall, bro. It's crazy. Damn. That's what they're saying, pissing like a racehorse. Except it's a cow.
Pissing like cattle.
All right, so we are heading back from day 3. We're gonna go back to the hotel, pick up some luggages, check out the hotel and all that fun stuff. But we were driving and I just had this thought in my head. We kind of wrapped up the shoot and was thinking about the stuff we shot. I think one important thing is, like, you know, when you're shooting things, obviously you want to make it the best thing possible, and there could be that pressure to make it really awesome, especially when you're starting out. You want to have that portfolio, right? I was just thinking, like, you could easily think about that and pressure yourself more, thinking about what other people would think about your work and less about what you think about your own work. I don't really think like that. I don't think about what other people think of the work too much. Obviously, we all do to some degree. I think in the end of the day, it's what you think of the work. If you see a shot and you are happy with it, and obviously if the director's happy with it, that's what matters in the moment, because you have the eye, you have the knowledge of what makes an image look good. You have the knowledge of making a balanced, beautiful image. And so, like, I think that that's a huge thing, is like letting that pressure go by realizing that, are you happy with that image?
Just to add on to this, and something that Chris pretty much said, but it's a very simplified way of saying this, is always double down on yourself and your vision for what you want to put forward. Especially in environments like Chris being a cinematographer, if you double down on yourself and your vision for what you want for something, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be way better. So it's always good to push for that. So
incredible. That's really well done. All right, that's end of an adventure, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make. It was a totally different video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed these kind of raw, really raw behind the scenes into my life and into the job that I'm doing. And if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos, let me know. And next time I'll try to get better behind the scenes footage. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more of this kind of footage. And I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.